Today's show is sponsored by the ABV Barrel Shop. The ABV Barrel Shop is located in the St. Louis metro community of Arnold, Missouri, and is the world's first single barrel only liquor store. This business is owned and operated by Steve Akeley and Jim Fosnot. Head over to abvbarrelshop.com to sign up for their email and text distribution list. That way you'll know what they have in stock, what classes are coming up, and what barrel picks they have in the works. We are also sponsored by The Bar to Go. The Bar to Go offers a fully customizable carrying case that allows you to take your favorite distilled spirits or cocktail ingredients with you. Whether you're looking for yourself, a customized gift, or logo items for your business or event, The Bar to Go can help. Check them out at thebar2go.com. Use the number 2 when you type out The Bar to Go. Did you know Neely Family Distillery now ships its popular distilled spirits directly to you? To order, simply call 859-394-3258. Tell them the ABV Network sent you. And now, on to the show.
Let's drink!
Welcome to the Bourbon Daily, the podcast about everything bourbon delivered to you every day of the week. Today on the show, we talk about the 2022 Bourbon County Stout lineup. My name is Miss Beka Sue. Please join me in welcoming my co-host, Steve Akeley, along with our special guests, Tim Swyatt, Demetri Kane, and Jason Bronner.
Hey, gang, what's up?
Howdy.
Hello.
We're doing good. So we're going to have a fun show today. I do love Bourbon County Stout. I have been buying that stuff since almost when it came out. My buddy Charlie was the one who turned me on that. He's a beer drinker, and he used to get involved in hunting that stuff down. And I wasn't into it out of the gate like that, but I would drink the stuff that he would go out and secure. And after a while, I started going out by myself on Black Friday. So we'll talk about the lineup for this year. And it's lost a little bit of its luster for sure. They make more of it now. It's more readily available. I was actually in a grocery store today. I saw some of the regular Bourbon County Stout from last year still sitting on the floor there. So it's a little bit different than it used to be, but still I like the variants, and they do some cool stuff. So it'll be fun to talk about what's going on, because there is no brewery in the United States. There is none. No one can stand up to them in terms of partnerships. Those guys have these great partnerships with those big heritage brands where it's tough to get in with those guys. I mean, you know, and they're friends with a lot of them. I mean, they're getting Blanton's Barrels or Old Forester or Jim Beam and all kinds of cool stuff. So we'll talk about that after the break. For right now, I wanted to share something that I detested as a kid, but you know, I look back fondly on, because it ties people together, like Jason here for sure. I know we've talked about this before. I'm sure Tim has this, and I'm thinking even Demetri, who's not a big TV watcher, but if he had to watch TV, knowing his background, this might have been a show watch. Though he's younger than me, and this might have been he might have missed this. I don't think Becca's seen it at all, but this is something that ties together. It's this terrible show that used to be on. They used to do the same skits like every week. Hee Haw, man. That show, you know, you look back and it was terrible. And my grandparents are the ones, because it would be on Saturday nights, and when my parents would go out, my grandparents lived a block away, so of course my sister and I would get shipped there, and we had to watch Hee Haw with them. And you know, it was, I didn't like it at the time, but now it's like, it's kind of funny. And again, Jason and I have talked about this stuff. It's like, we can still recite this stuff from that. I haven't seen that in, I don't know, 35 years, 40 years. It's been a long time.
I absolutely love Hee Haw.
Obviously.
Yeah.
What a big surprise that was.
Wow, you could have fooled me, Jason.
Absolutely loved it.
Yeah. Hee Haw, of course. What, Tim, what about you? Chicagoland area? Were you watching Hee Haw up there?
We would catch the Little House on the Prairie at Grandma's house when that came on. We would catch I remember growing up getting deep dish pizza and watching Barney Miller after that was like the 6 o'clock hour right after Wheel of Fortune. I got caught on I was still a young kid at this time. I don't remember Hee Haw as much, but more of Howdy Doody. I used to see a lot of the reruns on Howdy Doody time, and my grandmother's singing that, and she's it sounds awful, washing dishes while my grandfather's watching the TV. But yeah, I do remember some of that.
A little bit of Hee Haw.
That's really throwing it back.
Demetrius, again, you're younger than us. Hee Haw, was that? Did you watch that as a kid?
No. So I think
wouldn't
we've
think so.
explained this before. is that my family didn't have a TV. I still don't have
No
a TV
TV.
to this day. We listen
Right.
to old recordings on a radio. So we listen to like Lone Ranger on the radio after dinner. Just recently introduced my children to the Waltons and because they have it on YouTube, so you can just like pull up an episode on their phone, and
it's new to them. They're like, "Whoa, this is cutting edge." Yeah.
Yep.
I'll tell you,
why are they so clean cut and you're not? What's going on?
Well, it's not about being clean cut. It's just our farm was pretty remote.
Oh, yeah.
Pretty remote, huh?
So
Pretty remote.
Hee Haw used to have a bunch of great musicians on. Like you go back and watch them, and it was just, I mean, they had a lot of good musicians on it. I mean, you'd be surprised going back through some of the old episodes.
Yeah. Beka, did you ever catch Hee Haw? This would have been reruns of reruns, I'm sure. But
I didn't watch that. I watched the Red Green Show.
Okay. I don't even know what that is.
You don't know what?
Or the Red Green Show?
You guys don't know what the Red Green Show is?
Is it Italian? So like the Italian
it's
flag?
it's like the Manly Man show. Like that was like that was a great show. If the tagline for the Red Green Show was, if they can't find you handsome, at least they'll find you handy. And it was like these guys that were just in like red and green and like suspenders, and my dad would watch it all the time.
Like
and
a local show? I've never heard of
No,
this.
it was like I think it's a Canadian show. I think it's Canadian.
Okay.
But
you grew up in Canada. She grew up in
funniest
Canada.
fucking show. I loved that.
Canada
and then
South.
we also watched Keeping Up Appearances with the buckets or
Kardashians?
the bouquets from that was PBS. That was an English show on PBS.
Oh.
And that was a funny one because it was just this lady always trying to be fancy, but she wasn't at all. And so those were like the two shows that we watched often, at least. Like
they have a lot of bad teeth. Those English people have bad teeth.
They got bad teeth.
Now, that's not a view that we find on the ABV network. That is just strictly Jason Bronner's opinion about the English.
All those shows, they have bad teeth on PBS.
Yes.
PBS, yes.
Yeah,
even like the
watch
baking shows, like and modern day stuff, like
the great
British baking show, yeah.
That
And you look on there,
great.
and they got bad teeth on there, and it's like today you don't.
Steve,
care?
have you looked at our numbers? Do we have got a lot of listeners from the UK? Should you?
No,
be saying
we don't. We don't.
Okay. Then
We
yeah,
have-
they
we
got
have
shitty teeth.
Yeah. Huh. It's so weird. I don't know. It's a weird thing.
Yeah, so those are shows I watch. I did not watch that. And to say the close, I mean, I watched the Little Prairie too, or House on the Prairie, whatever it's called.
Little House on the Prairie. Yeah.
Little House on the Prairie. We watched
Demetri did not watch any TV, which is just amazing. Would you catch it like at school sometimes? Did you have like a show on, or like we're going to watch Zoom today? Would it just blow your mind, or go over to a friend's house, or on vacation? I don't know when you would have caught this. Did you ever see TV growing up?
When I was like 16, we started going to school like outside of, because we had a little schoolhouse on our farm. All the, and so when I was 16, I went out and actually went to like a big high school and stuff because I played football, and then I got scholarships. That was the first time I'd ever seen, played video games or TV or any of that stuff.
He literally got recruited to play football, not ever having watched a game. Didn't know anything about the sport, but he had the size where they're like, you got to play.
To this day, I do not watch sports. It drives my wife nuts. She comes from a big baseball family. And I'm like, I make alcohol on Sundays. I don't sit and watch sports games.
Yeah. He's fascinating. We have to do a show, the life of Demetrius. Yes. Yeah.
I have this vision of Demetrius finally seeing TV, and he sees like the Power Rangers for the first time. And then all of a sudden he's like all into like the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers or something odd, just the collectors, something just so far off the record.
Oh yeah.
You're just like, oh my God, you got to see, I love the Green Ranger. Something stupid. Just like you went completely on the other side. Yeah.
That's exactly how it is. Actually, my entire living room is just straight up Power Rangers. Everywhere.
Power Rangers. Yeah.
Every
twist an ankle on those things. Yeah.
Yeah.
Papa likes to talk about. Now he grew up in a situation much like Demetrius here, where literally no TV. And then I don't know when he was 10 or 11, and Papa's old, so whatever that was, that's a long time ago. He got to see TV first, but it was a small black and white TV, and they had on a basketball game. And again, back then it's not multiple cameras or anything; it's one camera, and it's kind of a little bit of a distance away, and it's on the small black and white TV that was not quite dialed in right. And he looked at it and he said, "It looks like there's piss ants on there," which I don't even know exactly what piss ants are, but it's funny.
These are the guys from the Red Green Show, just by the way.
Oh yeah,
they
could have been on. They could have been on Hee Haw too.
You guys should, Steve. I am just telling you, just watch a few episodes of the Red Green Show.
I think they would have said a couple of times in that episode.
Oh, a lot.
Yeah, and hosers.
Oh,
yeah, so, and everything could be fixed with duct tape. If you can't fix it with duct tape, then you should.
It's not worth keeping.
Yeah, Demetrius, what were you saying?
So the issue is not so much not having TV in our house now. It's that my children never seen TV really. Right. So when they go to a friend's house and they see TV, it's like people ask, like, is there something wrong with your kids? They're just like standing there, right there, just looking.
They just freeze up. Yeah. Well.
And I'm like, no, just give them about 3 to 4 hours to break out of it. And it's hilarious. They go to school and they just don't people are like, it's kind of like a handicap at this point. And I'm like, oh, yeah. But,
yeah,
they play outside a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, they don't keep up with the Kardashians, so yeah.
And that's not a bad thing.
Yeah, you're right about that. I wish I didn't have to. I wish I knew nothing about those people. I hate the fact you can't get on a news site on the internet and there's a Kardashian story. They should be making zero news, or is there some way I can just block them out and I don't get any of their news because I don't care?
Well, now they're on the ABV network.
Yeah.
Anything about the Real Housewives
podcasts have to deal with it. Yeah, they're like, this is my safe place.
I know what my next small talk is going to be. Is who is everyone's favorite Kardashian?
Yeah. Yes. All right. Well, guess what, gang? It's time to drink. I'm going to go first because I'm not playing today. I've got Evan Williams. I've got the Master Blend series. This is the gift shop one, but it is a screw top, so no cork pop for me. All right, Tim, you're going to go next. What do you got, buddy?
All right, he's my famous mic muffler, lack of mic, just going to let me not play as well. I'm going to pop open a 2018 Goose Island Bourbon County Stout.
Oh, there you go.
Getting through the archives.
All right, Demetri, you're next. What do you got?
I've got Elijah Craig, barrel strength.
Okay.
So let's.
Okay, that's our leader right there, folks.
Yeah, it's a leader.
Yep, Beka, what do you got?
Nobody else has played so far.
Right.
Well, mine is probably not going to be very good either. I've got a very well-loved bottle of Old Grandad. It's a bonded, but there probably is not going to be much here.
Okay, that's enough to take the lead. Sadly, it was sloshy too, but still, nice base. All right, Jason, it feels like this is yours to win. What do you got, man?
Rare breed, baby.
All right, rare breed. Let's see what we got here. He's confident. Oh, I don't think it was enough.
Did mine win?
I don't think that was enough. I think Miss Beka Sue still won. Jason's running out of sorrows now, right? That was
with
Canadian
the worst cork pops of all time. Cheers.
Yeah. Cheers.
Cheers.
Salute.
Cheers.
Damn it.
Das Boot. Chug it. Ooh. Chug it.
Chug it.
Yes, I'm drinking out of my boot.
Oh, sweet. That's the way to go. Yeah, it's all about the twist at the end. So, all right, we'll take a quick break, and then when we come back, we're going to be talking about the 2022 lineup for Bourbon County Stout. We'll do that in just a few. Let's talk about the people who make these shows happen. First up is the ABV Barrel Shop. It is the most unique shopping experience in the world of bourbon, as the ABV Barrel Shop only sells single barrels. Owners Steve Akeley and Jim Fosnot select. With over 100 distilleries on board to sell us barrels, we are home to the most unique and diverse barrel pick selections in the bourbon world. By signing up for our email, you will always know what we have in stock. In addition to the single barrels, we'll have a gift shop featuring ABV Barrel Shop as well as ABV Network merchandise. We are partnering with vendors like Art Eatables and Old Man Bay Signs to bring you unique items you can't find anywhere else. We will also have a 24-seat classroom where we are offering educational and fun classes like Breakfast and Bourbon, a series where we pair donuts and bourbon, customer barrel picks, and opportunities to learn from master distillers and other bourbon dignitaries. Best of all, we feature a tasting bar where you can try before you buy. All of this is located in the St. Louis metro community of Arnold, Missouri. If you are in the St. Louis area, please stop by to say hi. If you're traveling in from outside the area, please take advantage of our hotel rates with the Drury Inn and Pear Tree Inn, less than a mile from our shop. This can be done via the links in our Visit St. Louis section on our website. Head over to abvbarrelshop.com to plan your trip. The ABV Barrel Shop. It's where single barrels live. Hi, this is Steve Akeley, owner of the ABV Network. We're sponsored by the Stave and Thief Society. This is where you, a bourbon enthusiast, can expand your knowledge and emerge a bourbon steward. In 2017, I completed my Executive Bourbon Steward certification. It's the most comprehensive bourbon certification program available and connects you with an expansive network of bourbon enthusiasts and professionals. Check out the full listing of in-person and online certifications and join the society today by enrolling at staveandthief.com. Okay, let's talk about the Neely Family Distillery. In 2018, I met Royce Neely at an industry event. He started appearing on our shows, and we became friends during my frequent trips to Kentucky. Today, he is amongst the leaders of young distillers leaving their mark on the bourbon industry. A visit to Neely Family Distillery yields insight on their unique family history, why their products are special, and gives you the opportunity to taste their whiskey, moonshine, and creams. Check them out at NeelyFamilyDistillery.com or visit them in Sparta, Kentucky.
This is Kathy Cool, and I can't wait to pet your goat. And you're listening to the ABV Network.
Welcome back to the Bourbon Daily. Today we're talking about the 2022 Goose Island Bourbon County lineup.
Yes, we are. So the lineup looks like this. Of course, they always have the regular Bourbon County Stout. So that's the one that's available everywhere. Again, pretty accessible. It's no longer has to be, get it on the day it comes out, which is the day after Thanksgiving, Black Friday. But it is, I always got to get a couple of those. It's a classic, and I always got to have some of that. But I like the variants. So here's a look at the variants. Let's talk about our excitement level for each of these. So the first one is a 2-year-old barley wine. So aged for 2 years, barley wine in an Old Fitz bottled in bond barrel. So I think that sounds pretty good. Pretty good, right? Yeah, bottled in bond, Old Fitz. I mean, I would say that grabs my interest.
You got some Jackie Zykan history in there too, I'm sure, in that bottle.
Oh, yeah.
So there you go.
Yeah, that's not
bad. It's Old Fitz. I'm thinking Old Forester. My bad. Yep.
Oh, yeah. Well, maybe she was there visiting.
You never know.
She was there at Heaven Hill visiting,
know.
and yeah.
You have no
exactly.
idea.
Now, I
thought maybe you had some insight.
Bourbon world is a small world, so
I thought maybe you had some insight. Yeah.
No, I wish I did.
Okay. All right. Okay. No, there's not breaking news there, folks. The next one.
Nope, just Wyatt talking like an idiot.
Yeah. The next one is a 30th anniversary. So this is the 30th year that they've been doing Bourbon County Stout. That's wild to think about. And it's a mixture of the small batch lineup from Jim Beam. So it's aged in, one of the 4 options. It could be a Booker's and I don't know if it'll denote it, which one probably not, but it could be customized. It tells you online, but I don't know. We'll have to see when it comes out. But we do know that it's aged in at least one of the Jim Beam small batch barrels. Pretty cool, huh? Well. It's good.
Sure.
It goes back to their relationships again. And the first relationship they ever had was Booker No, which is a pretty cool relationship to have. So, he was involved in the get-go when they started doing some of this stuff. And, really cool stuff. The next one is an interesting one to me. It's one that I gotta have. It's one that I really want because they always do like these, and I would love to be part of this. They vet these out where people pitch ideas on that are involved in the brewing team that pitch ideas for different Bourbon County stouts. And the winner of it this year was by one of the female brewers, and she came up with one that was a biscotti. So that Italian thing that typically goes with coffee, which might pair with the next one that we're going to talk about. So biscotti flavored Bourbon County Stout, which is interesting. I always like to see, who gets that, and it's kind of a cool thing. And like I said, I'd like to be a part of it when they're pitching these ideas, because then once you get the approval, they like the idea, then you get to make a sample batch, and then they go through and try it and all this stuff. So it sounds pretty cool to me.
Where do you think they get the flavoring for the biscotti?
I don't know. I don't know.
They probably crunch up biscotti.
It could be.
That's what I say. I had an oatmeal
one,
or I had an Oreo one, and they crunched up Oreos.
I enjoy biscotti on the plane. I get that on my flights a lot.
Yeah, there you go.
Those are crunchy
flights. Yeah. So, jetting across the country representing his brand. Yes.
A little stale.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I take a little bit different approach with a lot of the Bourbon County stouts.
Okay. I
actually do I pour them over ice cream.
Interesting.
So this one sounds really good because
they're a little
thicker.
Yeah.
And so that's why I'm not a huge fan of just drinking the Bourbon County Stout straight up, but putting them over like an ice cream and doing like it's quite good. So we started doing that a while ago and it's fantastic. So I think
sounds really good.
This sounds like one you need to get then for sure. That's definitely going to be worth trying. The next one is a coffee stout, and they do the coffee, and I think that's a long-standing tradition. I don't know if they ever missed a year once they started doing the variants with coffee. Now they did do a year where they got rid of their coffee producer and went to a cheaper model, and it was terrible. And so they went right back to Intelligentsia coffee, and that's the one that did this. So it's the classic one. They've been back for several years now. It's not just come back this year, but yeah, good stuff. I always like the coffee stouts. It's just one you guys are interested in. Again, nice pairing with the biscotti one. So you get a buddy and have a half of each. I think it'd be pretty good. Pretty good. The next one is known as the Sir Isaac. It's fig cookies. Fig cookie. It could be made very similar to the biscotti one, I guess. Fig cookies, same way.
Absolutely used to hate fig Newtons.
But how about this age though? How about 50-plus-year-old Jason Bronner? Does he like them?
I could eat one or two.
I know, it's weird, right? I didn't like him as a kid either.
As a kid, I'd go over to my grandmother's house and she'd be like, "Oh, have some fig Newtons." I'm like, "Those aren't even goddamn cookies." That's just like horrible.
Jason, Jason, this is Grandma. Are you enjoying Hee Haw? Here's some fig cookies.
Bullshit. That's not cookies. That's bullshit.
Figs are delicious.
Yeah, I agree.
They are now.
Figs are delicious.
They were
all right.
People discount figs all the time. They are so good.
Figs are good.
And not even just in a cookie. Just figs themselves are really good.
I think they need a public relations firm because they're suffering from being tied to old people, I believe. So that's
it's not for old people. For my fiber.
Yeah.
We soak them in bourbon there at the restaurant occasionally. We get some figs that are steeped in bourbon. You talk about good.
Yeah,
that's tasty.
That's different than a fig Newton. I think when you start liking fig Newtons, aren't you automatically given a pair of New Balance shoes? I thought that's what comes along with that.
For your mom,
I've been wearing New Balance since I was like 7.
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
So I've been eating fig Newtons the same amount of age. So I didn't know
that comes with the AARP card.
Yeah.
There you go.
Got that too. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
There's your complimentary fig Newtons. Thanks for joining AARP.
Demetri, the Sir Isaac, this fig one, is this one that you would get for your ice cream? Is this something?
I would give it a go because I love. So we actually have 6 fig trees on the farm.
Yeah.
Wow.
And in order to get fig trees to survive, there's a lot of determination. You got to insulate them and everything during the winter. So I love figs. So I definitely give this one a try.
Okay. All right, man. He's dedicated
go with
to it.
Butter pecan ice cream. For some reason, I went right to butter pecan and the fig. Figs with butter pecan.
You ever just use combo. It more so not pouring it on your ice cream? Do you ever do it like a milkshake instead? Where
like
you
a float.
Pour it, you just put a big scoop.
That would be really good.
Yeah. That's how we do it.
Okay.
It's not like a bowl of ice cream and then over the top. It's
not like syrup over the top. It's like a
Bourbon County
Stout,
a
boozy milkshake. Yeah. The last one is the one that most of us won't get. Maybe Tim's got a chance here. I don't know if he goes and hunts, gets the Proprietors ever, because it's a Chicago area release only. As a thank you for Goose Island, the people that supported them. They released just in the Chicago market the Proprietor Style, and this one's called the Jungle Bird Cocktail, which kind of sounds like a tiki drink to me, and it contains flavorings that include banana, coconut, lime, and pineapple. So very much along the lines of people. Sounds like a wild one. I would love to try one of these. But
you either love them or you hate that Proprietors. I don't think anybody has come off I just have to get it every year. You got to try it. Either you read it and you're like, yeah, I want it, or nah, I'm a pass.
Well, I want this one, but yeah.
This one sounds interesting.
Chicago. Yeah. Yeah. Huh. Tim, have you ever gotten one?
Yes, I have.
Now you're on the suburbs. Do they make it out that way? Is it all of Chicagoland that gets this stuff, or is it just proper?
Yeah,
okay,
it is. Yeah, you got the main liquor distribution stores here that they say they have their lottery, but I think it's kind of like it's like passing a driver's test. Seems like everybody wins the lottery to get Bourbon County, especially this last year. Like you said, Steve, there's more distribution on it. But so the Proprietors is still something I think they're trying to keep tried and true. Hard to find them. When you find them, you are lucky, and you pop it. Either you like it or you don't. I go back to one where they had jalapenos in there. Something was a couple of years ago. Steve, was that 2020 or 2019 or something?
Yeah,
they had jalapenos in there or something. That one would just fail. The one I really enjoyed was their s'mores one. That was s'mores in a bottle. It was so spot on. It was unbelievable. But when they get it right, they get it really, really right.
Yeah. So it'll be interesting. You know, what we found the last couple of years too, that even the variants are plentiful, but there's always a couple that are hard to get. So you don't know which ones are going to be. I have no idea. There's probably 2 of these that we've just read that'll be tough to get. I have no idea which ones. We're going to try to get these at the Barrel Shop because we do barrel aged stuff, and makes some sense to carry that. And we want to be part of it. And Jim and I drink those, so we'll try to get it if we can. It might not, because we don't normally buy from the distributor that sells that, but we're going to try. We'll see what happens. So there you go. There's 2022 Bourbon County Stout. Happy hunting out there. It's the countdown has begun. We're getting towards the end of summer here. Very sad. I love summer. I don't like winter, but here it's going to come one way or another.
Steve, which one are you most excited about?
Most excited about? I have to say I am most excited about, from the classic taste perspective, I know I like the 30th anniversary. Sounds fantastic. That's the one that I really want. The one that I want, just the oddball one, because I can't get the Proprietors. If I could get any of them, I get the Proprietors just because it's so weird. It sounds cool. I do like tiki drinks, but the biscotti would be the one that I would try to land.
I think I'm
thinking that's going to be your rare one.
Yeah.
That's going to be the tough one, because we're all talking about how do you get the chemical compounds to get that? What do you do to get that and ferment it right? And who knows if it comes through right? That or the fig cookies, I think are going to be the tough ones to find. I bet you they don't have a lot of it.
What do you say, Beka? What was your?
I would say the Sir Isaac one is one I'd like to taste.
Sir Isaac, okay. Jason, how about you? If you could only get one of these, which one would it be?
I think I would go with the biscotti.
Biscotti, okay. Demetri, how about you, man?
I would go with the Sir Isaac.
Okay, Sir Isaac, there you go. So happy hunting. It'll be fun. We'll have to reconvene and see how we do. So, all right. Well, we'll wrap this one up as we always do by talking about where people can find us. Tim, we'll start with you. Where can people find you?
I thought he was going to go for it. I thought he was going to chug that whole thing, and I was
really excited. I thought about it.
To see
you got the air bubble
in front of me. Yeah, I thought about twisting the boot and giving it down, and let's go at it. You can find me on the Tasting Events page at abvnetwork.com or on Instagram at SwyGuy2112.
All right, Demetri.
You can find me at Demetri Kane on Instagram and Facebook, or at Nobleton's on Instagram and Facebook.
Yep, and that's CAIN.
Yep, CAIN.
Jason, how about you? Where can people find you?
On Instagram as the Bluegrass Bourbon Baron. Had to change that.
This is the for changing it, Jason.
You can find Buzzard Roost out there and Bourbon's Bistro out there.
Yeah, he had to change it. And the first one he tried to change it to didn't take either, so he had to change it again. So he's good now, though. He's got the Bluegrass Bourbon Baron. That's where he is. All right. Miss Beka Sue, how about you?
You can find me on Twitter and on Instagram at Miss Beka Sue, 1K, no C's.
All right, for me, I'm an easy guy to find. I'm at Steve Akeley on Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook. I've got a website, steveakeley.com. The important website, though, is abvnetwork.com. Please check it out because everything that we do is out there. Previous shows, blogs, so much more. abvnetwork.com. And, of course, head over to the ABV Barrel Shop. Sign up for our email and text distribution so you know what we have at all times. Located in the great town of St. Louis, Missouri, the suburb of Arnold specifically. So come by and check us out. Miss Beka Sue, anything else to say before we get out of here?
I'd just like to remind the audience to please give us a 5-star review that includes comments. It helps new people find the show, which is very important to us. If you like what we're doing, we ask that you please visit our Patreon page at patreon.com/the ABV Network.
All right, great job today, gang. For audience, we'll have a brand new show for you tomorrow. Looking forward to that. Until then, take care, everybody. See ya.
Bye.
See ya. Cheers.
Peace. Before we finish the show, let's talk about some great companies that support the ABV network. First up is Moonshine Still Pro. Moonshine Still Pro has a full line of products to help the home distiller. Whether you want to experiment on the stove in your kitchen or you're looking for a bigger setup in your backyard, owner Russell Creed and his team can help. They have multiple still offerings, accessories, and even grain from their partners at Goldstone Mill to assist you in making whiskey on par with your favorite distillery. They can also help you with some fabricated parts you probably can't make yourself if you are attempting a DIY still project. Learn more or order your still or parts at moonshinestillpro.com. Another friend of ours is the Goldstein family at Goldstone Mill. The Goldsteins offer a variety of heritage and heirloom grains to make the finest whiskeys in the world. Plus, they are more than just a grain company. They are truly consultants to make sure the grains they are providing to you or your business meet your highest expectations. Additionally, they work with mills around the country, ensuring shipping is as low as possible for their customers. If you're a distillery, brewery, or even doing this at home, Goldstone can assist you. Check them out at goldstonemill.com, call them at 217-254-6613, or check in via email at hello@goldstonemill.com. Last but not least is the ABV Barrel Shop. While we don't get to play in the allocated bourbon game because we aren't selling the other products you have to do to get those, we do have access via our friendships in the bourbon industry to some really cool stuff. Have you ever seen your favorite craft distiller selling some really cool limited offerings only in their gift shop? I'm talking things like the hazmat offering Distillery 291 did for their 10th anniversary, or Neely Family Distillery's Papaw's birthday barrel. They don't have enough of it to send it out to distributors, so they only sell it via their gift shop. Well, companies like Distillery 291 and Neely Family Distillery have agreed to sell us 2 or 3 cases of these offerings moving forward, meaning our store will have the access to some of the rarest whiskeys in the world. Way more difficult to come by than the allocated bourbon offerings with a national release. Yes, they will be extremely tough to come by, but if you're a customer of our store, you'll have a chance to get them. Get signed up for our email or text list over at abvbarrelshop.com so you don't miss out.
The Bourbon Daily is part of the ABV Network. For more information or to become a sponsor, please visit abvnetwork.com. Thanks for listening and cheers.
This has been a Steve Akeley production.